International Ghana launches a national dialogue campaign dubbed Protect the Protest, which serves as an official launch. Over the years, protests have taken a center stage of government, both democratic and otherwise. According to Amnesty International Ghana Country Director, Ms. Genevieve Pratenting, in her engagement with the press, said that they are ready to support protest organizers to ensure the clear messaging in order to emphasize on the importance of non-violence by setting a clear guidelines for conduct during protests. Furthermore, Amnesty will also train protesters on best practices for protest observation.
Amnesty International Ghana today has launched a flagship campaign called Protect the Protest. We intend to do so many things because we believe that the rights of protesters need to be protected. The right to peaceful assembly is not just a right, it is a duty of citizens of Ghana. When we come out and we demand from government certain things due to the economic crisis or due to the poor infrastructure here in Ghana, we have the right to come out to the streets and demonstrate. So Amnesty International Ghana will be doing several activities. We'll be engaging with the security forces such as the Ghana Police Service, National Security and the Ghana Armed Forces to ensure that there's good dialogue to discuss how best we can protect protesters in Ghana, but also if the Ghana police, for example, are using the right means to protect protesters. We'll also be doing protest observation. It's very important that citizens become citizen journalists and they are able to film protests in real time. We can't just rely on the media, but we also have to understand that citizens have the right to video protests. And this is something that sometimes the police take the rights of the citizens, they snatch your phone during protests. They are not allowed to do that. So these are some of the things Amnesty International Ghana will be embarking on to educate people of their legal rights and legal advocacy that they are allowed to protest in Ghana. We're also going to look at the Public Order Act. The Public Order Act, as it stands, gives persons the right to protest, to peaceful assembly. However, there are some issues of how to go about organizing a protest in Ghana. Normally, the police are supposed to be given notice, but right now, what we see is that it almost looks like they are granting you permission, which is not how it is supposed to be. So there are things like that we need to review and have a very good discussion and dialogue with the security forces to ensure that Ghana is always safe and the police are playing the role that they need to play when it comes to policing. International Ghana has been in Ghana for the past 50 years. Last year, 2023, was our 50th anniversary. Amnesty has always been fighting on issues on women's rights, children's rights. We also look at death penalty, prison conditions. Whatever is affecting any human being, we look at. Human rights is our bread and butter. And we have done so much work even with forced evictions. We have also done work with the death penalty. It was through us, we spearheaded the abolition of the death penalty in Ghana. We also currently working on witchcraft accusations. It was through us, through a coalition against witchcraft accusations, which Amnesty is part of. We managed to pass the bill in Parliament, which the President is yet to assent to. We also work on prison conditions. We push that the feeding allowance for prisoners is increased. Currently, it's at 1 cedi 80 pesos per day, not per meal, per day. So these are some of the things we push so that government can reform policies on them. Amnesty has been in Ghana for so long and has been very impactful within the society and will continue to do it.
Under any circumstance, the only protection we have during protests is your camera or your recorder or just a pen. But you are at much of a risk as the protesters. And I think that in our minds, we think that wearing just a jacket with a name, with a media name, GBC at the back, we think it's enough protection. But way the police behave, the way the police treat protesters, it has gotten to that point. Police show up at protests in full riot gear. So they come with their helmets, they have their shield, their baton, and guns ready to literally fight protesters, even though it shouldn't be. So I hope that, in an ideal situation, journalists should equally have that kind of protection where they can maybe wear a full gear, not just a jacket with their name on it. Because sometimes, even in the confusion, in sometimes the violence, the journalists become targets because now the people are angry and they target the journalists, and God forbid, but some could die, and especially when they are not protected. And I hope that we get in newsrooms must talk about these things. Newsrooms, while we are investing in journalism, one of the things we should invest in is protective gear. A journalist must be well protected when they are stepping out of the news because they are at much of a risk. As the protesters, if police think that they need to bring their riot gear, then a journalist who is going to tell the story, if they write something or they report it on their camera on a policeman who is also misbehaving, that policeman would turn on that journalist. And what does that journalist have? Just t-shirts or their microphone, and that is not enough.
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.